Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bless the Lord, oh our soul, and all that is within us. We bless his name. How are you this morning? I'm Angela Thornton. This is Wise Word Ministries. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't seen me, it's because at 6 a.m. I was asleep. And again, if I'm asleep, the husband will not wake me because I don't sleep that well. Praying that you all are well, enjoying the weather. Good morning. How you doing? How are you? Good to see you back. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I don't know where my other glasses are. The ones I use for the computer without the blue tint. But anywho, good morning. Good morning. So I planted some ginger. What's this month? November. So I planted some ginger. Um, Probably, I know, right? I planted some ginger around Mayish. I know your sleep is way off. Yeah, May-ish, I think I planted that ginger. And look, y'all, this what. So now that I know, I had never done it before. So that's the ginger that I harvested last night. It smells nothing like the ginger in the store. Nothing like the ginger in the store. I know, right? And it's so easy to do. Um, I was like, whoa, yeah. And then these are the last of the bell peppers. The last of the bell peppers. The last, the last of the bell peppers. And for real, y'all, I kind of forgot the ginger was out there. So yeah, the last of the bell peppers. I would sit in the basement. I was like, oh, I gotta bring the ginger in before it gets cold, real cold. So now that I kind of have an idea what I'm doing, I'm gonna plant some for the winter because it takes a long time. Right? They were just out there on the bush, literally just out there on the bush. So my husband picked them and brought them in the house. He was like, hey, these peppers were just hanging out on the bush. They're definitely the last ones of the season, but they're so pretty. So anyway, we're coming up on a holiday season where people will be um, buying gifts and all of that. It's too cold here for mangoes. I wish I could grow them. And mango trees get ginormous. And some people will focus on what they don't have, lack. But I read a post. Some of my Facebook friends are really deep thinkers. And he said this: lack is the invention of a divided mind. Jesus has given us his mind, which is not partitioned in any way. If we function in a divided mind, it is because our attention has been abducted by illusions. Our enemy is a master of illusions, focusing on smoke and mirrors. Burn brightly, and the only smoke there will rise from the destruction of our enemy's world. He is saying that scripture teaches us the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That's first. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He is reminding us that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. He is reminding us that God said he'll never leave nor forsake us. So where did this notion of lack, and my God will supply all my need according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all other things will be added to you. And God is able to make all grace abound, so that having all sufficiency in all things, you may abound in every good work. He is reminding us that lack, and I'm not talking about, there's some things you want that you don't have, but this notion of lack. And I know someone will say, and I've read it, where the Bible says, and the poor you will always have among you. In the context in which Jesus was speaking about the poor, he was saying to the disciples who had an issue with the woman who was using the oil to wash his feet. Why y'all bothering with her? Because they were saying, you could take that and give it to the poor. He was saying, well, the poor you're going to always have, but I'm here now. Let her do this. And yes, there will be people who will poor, because we are told to take care of the poor, the widow. But there's a notion of lack. Lack is, I don't ever have anything I need. Lack says, I am without the necessities of life. You can be poor and not be in lack. Many of us grew up in what some would call being poor, but we didn't know it. We never lacked a meal. We were never homeless. We had clothes. It might not have been designer clothes, but we were never naked. We might not have been eating ribeye and filet mignon, but we didn't go hungry. And even if we sometimes thought that, oh my gosh, I'm hungry, we didn't die. God provided what we needed. And the divided mind is a mind that is often comparing others, what you have to what others have. The Johnsons, who trying to keep up with the Joneses, who trying to keep up with the Jacksons. Right, never hungry. It might have been a can of pork and beans and we call them weenies in the South. I know here y'all call them Franks or whatever. But Dr. Kim, medicine woman, can attest that we call them pork and beans and weenies, you see. And no one ever said wiener. It might have been pork and beans and weenies, but it was good. We have mastered the art of taking what we have and making it stretch. You had a mama, auntie, grandmama that could stretch a pot of spaghetti and feed half the neighborhood. They could take some beans and some rice and some cornbread, and you never missed the fact that you didn't have chicken. They would take chicken livers and chicken gizzards and a chicken neck, and you would think you were just dining fine. Lack signifies the desire or the need to not be satisfied where you are. Nothing is good enough. I'm not saying that we shouldn't all want better, because we do. But it's this craving, this need to, I got to do it. I got to get more. I gotta get the 6-figure job. Honey, and wore the cutest dresses on Sunday to church. Yes, we did. Lack is, I'm not satisfied with anything. You know those people who I got to get out my parents' house. I got to get out this apartment. They get out the apartment, and they get a house. Now I need a bigger house. Now I need, driving the Volkswagen. Now I need a Honda. Now I need a Mercedes. I got to keep going up and up, because I'm never satisfied right now. Lack is the mentality that you can be wealthy and have a lack mentality, because you're never satisfied with anything. And so you keep trying to prove your worth through your things. The mindset of lack, and that divided mindset, is that you don't believe that you are valuable as you are, and you have to prove who you are by what you have, what you wear, what you drive, where you live. Well, I don't want people to think, that I can't afford it. Well, who cares if they think you can't afford it? Do you realize one of the wealthiest men in the world has lived in the same house for 60 years? Warren Buffett has lived in the same house, in the same neighborhood for 60 years. I grant you, it's 5,500 square feet house, but it's the same house for 60 years. And he only got security probably 10 years ago because someone broke in. And they don't even think that the person who broke in knew that it was Warren Buffett's house, because why would he be in this neighborhood? Do you realize that Mr. Walton of Walmart drove a pickup truck? And he never bought a new one until the one he was driving was undrivable. I don't know why YouTube is roaming, because it looks like it's a strong connection here. Mr. Walton, one of the wealthiest men, Walmart Walton, drove a pickup truck. Your value and your wealth is not in what you have. It's not in what you make. It's in what you keep. It's how you grow what you make. We forget that. And that lack mindset keeps you thinking that you need to spend $5,000 on a pocketbook, $35,000 on a pocketbook, $5,000 on a pair of shoes that's going to hit the ground. And if that's what you want to do, fine. But it does not make you better. It does not say who you are or how valuable you are. And so a lack mindset is the mindset that believes you are defined by what you have. A divided mind. Jesus said to the disciples, when I sent you out with no money bag or knapsack or sandals, did you lack anything? And they literally said, no, we lacked nothing. And how you bless others. He said, listen, when I sent y'all out, what did you lack? You didn't have any money bags. You didn't have a knapsack. You didn't even have no sandals. But did you lack anything? They said nothing. So what does he say? They looked at what they had and they were like, okay, well, we got everything we need. Now, why are you going on that trip? You don't have that. You don't have what you need. Jesus said, I sent y'all out. I'm looking for it. It's Luke 22 and 35. He said, listen, when I sent y'all out, did you lack anything? They said nothing. And he said to them, but now whoever has a money belt is to take it along, likewise also a bag. And whoever has no sword is to sell his coat and buy one. For I tell you this, that which is written must be fulfilled in me. And he has numbered with transgressors, for that which refers to me is fulfillment. And they said, Lord, look over there. It's 2 swords. And he said to them, it is enough. If the Lord tells you to do something, it's never a risk. Lack is very different from survival. Basic provisions, that's not considered lack. Lack is I'm never satisfied. Where I am is not good enough. Lack is I can have a 6-figure job. Lack says I'm never satisfied. Nothing is ever good enough. Lack is the mentality that I'll sleep when I die. I got to keep hustling and grinding. That's a lack mentality. I got to keep hustling. I got to keep grinding. A lack mentality is you walk in somebody's house and you see 5 cases of paper towels, 17 cases of toilet paper. Right. Because you can't even use all that. The lack mentality was shown vividly during the pandemic. Y'all remember during the pandemic? People were hoarding toilet paper and paper towels. You hoard stuff. You all remember the show Extreme Couponers, and people would just get coupons and they would go and they'd have enough coupons to get $2,000 worth of stuff and pay $75 for it. And you would look in their pantries, in their garages, and stuff would be filled, but they weren't giving it away. And here's the thing. You keep it too long, it's going bad. You start looking at cans and the expiration date. Lack creates panic. A lack mindset will cause you to panic. Well, I don't ever want to run out. And I will give you an example. My great aunt, I loved her. She used to tell my mom she needed somebody. I ain't got no butter. So my mother would go buy like 4 or 5 pounds of butter. We would open the freezer and she'd have 15 pounds of butter in the freezer. Auntie, you got butter in the freezer. It's 15 pounds of butter in this freezer. Yeah, but you don't never know when you're going to run out and they're not going to have none in the stove. But why are we buying more when you haven't used what you got? Oh, that's for when time get hard and I can't get to the stove. Lack is what causes you, a mindset is what causes you to hoard and never satisfied with what they actually have. You can tell a lack mindset if you watch some athletes. How is it you made $200 million and now you have $200,000? Because that's a lack mindset. A lack mindset causes you to keep spending and spending and spending and spending, trying to prove your worth and make yourself feel better. I never had this. I never had that. I never had this. My aunt also used to buy onions in 50-pound bags. She lived alone. Like, why you got 50 pounds of onion? They was on sale. They was on sale. See, a lack mindset makes you buy stuff just because it's on sale that you don't need and not going to use. And I don't care who you are, we've all had that mindset at some point, because we need to just go look in our closets and look at the clothes that we have or the things that we have collected that we never use anymore. But it was on sale and it was a good deal. And I'm going to use it one day. I'm going to get around to it one day. You never know. I might need it one day. But Jesus is not calling us to that, because God will supply your every need. It might not be your every want, but it's your every need. If he take care of the birds, the air, if he take care of the flowers in the field, how much more will your Father care for you? And here's one thing. James says this: if a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, well, go in peace and be warm and be filled, without giving them the things that's needed for the body, what good is that? Well, the Lord will supply. Yeah, you are the supplier. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And if you don't have your basic needs, Father, you are my shepherd. You said I shall not want. This is not greed. This is basic necessities. I do that too, Ro. If you haven't worn it in over a year, are you going to wear it? If you have expanded, because the clothes have not, well, this got too small. It didn't get too small. We just got too big. Oh, this has gotten too big. It didn't get too big. We just got smaller. See? And so much stuff in the freezer. You dig down there, stuff is freezer burned. I forgot I had it. How many of us have gone to the store and bought something only to get home and realize that we already had it? You went to the store and you bought some chicken, or you bought some, and you looked in your pantry, you looked in your freezer, and you realized, I already had it. My brother and I used to tease my mother. She bought an outfit, went in the closet, and she had the exact outfit, same color, with tags still on it. That means you have too much. The mindset of someone who has a mindset of lack will cause you to hoard and to buy things and stuff. But that's caused by a mind that's divided. And Jesus has given us the mind, and he did not partition it in any way. And I like he says, because our attention has been abducted by illusion. The illusion of what we believe wealth is, the illusion of what we believe riches are, the illusion of what we believe love looks like. They bought me a pocketbook doesn't mean they love you, baby. I got a big ring. We got this big house. And how many of us know people with big houses, big rings, big cars, big debts, and sitting in an empty house and can barely put gas in the big car? See, a mindset of lack tells you to fake it till you make it. So you go out and you buy fake stuff No, I'm gonna just wear what I got. I don't need to fake that this is some designer that ain't paying me no attention. Anything that tells you to fake it till you make it is telling you to be disingenuous and not who you are and true to yourself where you are. Paul writes in First Timothy that if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. With these we will be content. It is a blessing to give. It is a blessing to give. I'm reminded of something David says. I have been young and now I'm old, and never have I seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging for bread. But never have I seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging for bread. Paul tells us in First Timothy. Good morning, Catherine. You know, I have my glasses on, so let me put these on. Ooh, Jesus. He says, listen, we have brought nothing in the world, so we cannot take anything out of it. If we have food and clothing, food and covering, with these we will be content. But those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a snare and many foolish and harmful desires, which plunge men into ruin and destruction. For the love of money, not money, the love of money is a root of all sorts of evil, and some by longing for it have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. But flee from these things, you man of God. Pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, perseverance, and gentleness. Fight the good fight of faith. Take hold of the eternal life to which you were called, and you made the good confession in the presence of many witnesses. Let us not be disingenuous. You don't have to fake anything till you make it. I'm made in the image and likeness of God. My father is a king. I am part of a royal priesthood. Why I need to fake? Why I need to buy a fake pocketbook when I got a real God? Why I need to wear fake shoes and fake jewelry? There's a whole section in New York, Chinatown, making them billions, selling everybody else fake stuff. Walk around here with fake earrings going about to turn your ear orange. That is a mindset of lack, a mind that is divided. That is a lack mindset. And I'm going to leave you with these words. Jesus says this in Luke 12:22. I don't think I'm going to read all of it. I tell you to do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, nor about your body, what you're going to put on. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens. They don't sow nor reap. They have neither storehouse nor barn, yet God feeds them. Good night, sweet prince. Of how much more value are you than the birds? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? If then you are not able to do as small a thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They don't toil, neither do they spin. But I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. But if God so clothes the grass, which is alive in the field today and tomorrow is thrown in the oven, how much more will he clothe you? O you of little faith. And do not be looking for what you are to eat and what you are to drink. Don't be worried about that. For all the nations of the world seek after these things, and your Father knows what you need before you ask. Instead, seek his kingdom, and these things will be added to you. So if we have found ourselves in these upcoming holidays with this Latin mindset, believing that the kids need to have a good Christmas, and in order to have a good Christmas, they got to have a bunch of stuff. Believing that someone shows their love by the gift they give you. Yes, Shane, it is. No, Luke 12, verses 22 through 31 is what I was reading. Luke 12, verses 22 through 31. Daniel and I don't exchange Christmas presents. And one day someone said, "Why?" I said, "Well, it ain't neither one of our birthday. If we celebrate the birth of Christ, it ain't my birthday or his." And you don't have to wait till February 14th to give me a lovely gift and some candy. We have been psyched out by society, the media, now social media, to equate worth, value, and love with stuff. And it keeps us on this cycle of a mindset rooted in lack. It does. You may not live in a mansion, but are you warm? Now, I'm not telling you live nowhere where it's mold and mice and all of that. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But this mindset that believes that I need to fake it till I make it, and I need to prove my worth, and I need to step out looking a certain way because I hold a certain position. No. Just read that passage in Luke 12. Just read that passage in Luke 12. Luke 12, 22 through 31. And when Jesus is reminding them not to be anxious. How are you, Patricia? Just read that passage. God's got you. I promise he does. You all have a great and an amazing day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be blessed. Enjoy the holidays for what they are. Don't do any more than you can or need to. Don't you go broke between now and January 1st. Now and December 25th, and be looking at them bills in January. Don't you do it. Don't you let somebody cause you to define yourself by where you are right now. If I got breath and Jesus is still alive, and both those things are true, I don't have to stay where I am right now. And I'm not defined by that. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be blessed, and I will see you in the morning. My doctor prescribed a stronger sleep aid. Still woke up at 12:30 and then again at 2:30, but it's better than sleeping an hour and a half and then being up for 5 hours. Gracie is talking to herself. Stop hoarding cups, Gracie. I happen to like garden tools and things. Yeah. For y'all who did not see, I don't know. I'm so excited about this here ginger that I grew. First of all, y'all see my bell peppers? That's the last of them. Got to wait till the spring. But this is the ginger that I harvested last night from my little one ginger plant. So I'm going to take them little small ones and replant them. I'm going to replant them. Yeah. So y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the AM. Bye-bye.